The software cut out just before I finished. The last question was an E half diminished 7 right there. I'm going to do this last one right here, which is a table of quality of chords, and then analysis, which is probably the big one right there. Um, so this is just memorized. Fifth degree of the scale, you're going to have a dominant 7 chord, right? Because you're using harmonic minor. That means you're going to have a major triad right there, right? This is quality of chords in minor keys. These are in out of order to make sure you really know what you're talking about. You can go across like this, or you could do the ones you know. Like you could say, oh, I know 2. That's going to be a half diminished 7 chord. There's no such thing as a half diminished triad. There's just a diminished triad, right? All right, leading tone 7 is a diminished 7 chord, and this is also going to be a diminished triad because triads are just diminished or not. Subtonic is a dominant chord. So if you have memorized these by types, then you'll go and choose and pick. That means this is a major triad right there. Or if you just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can go in that order as well. So let's just do that from here on out. 3 is the median chord, and that's a major 7th chord. This is pure memorization, right? That's all it's rewarding you, major triad, for having spent the time getting that in your head. 4 is a minor 7 chord, right? And that means it's got a minor triad if it's just the triad alone, right? And this is 6 is a major 7th chord, all right? And this is a major triad on its own. All right, now I'm going to confess, because I'm at the kitchen table, that you should listen to the audio for this, and I haven't provided it for you. It's practice, and I'm trying to get this all done for you on Friday, so you have these things available to you rather than, but there will be audio for the thing that you analyze on your midterm, and you should listen to it a bunch of times, right? That's just, really important, I think. So minimally, you could go plunk this out on a piano or something like that. Anyhow, I think, are we in the key of F or A flat? Let's take a look at our chords at the beginning and ends of this. That's something that's more than just identifying chords. We need to know whether, we're seeing 1s and 5 chords here. And there's clef changes here. This is, last night I dreamed big bird got eaten by the grouch. I love stuff like that. Yeah, I made this up. So this is a C. That's an A flat. Don't forget to put these in here so you don't forget when you're making this up. Bass clef, this is an A flat, and this is an A flat. So it's tough to know what that is, but because it could be F, A flat, C, or it could be A flat, C, E flat, right? But, well, let's just keep looking here. This is a C, this is an A flat, this is an A flat, and that's an E flat. I think we end the piece on A flat, C, E flat, right? Which means we're probably in the key of A flat. Because if we were in the key of F minor, that would be a 6 chord. That doesn't make any sense, but ending on the 1 chord makes sense. So I'm going to say that we're in the key of A flat, and that's a 1 chord. And the lead sheet is to give myself a big Roman numeral like that. Now, coming back here, that means we can reevaluate this most likely as A flat and C, which is an incomplete 1 chord. In fact, when you hear a third like this, unless you have some previous context, something else you've listened to or have in your head, you will almost always hear it as a root in a third. Okay, just so you know. So that's a 1 chord, although it's incomplete, but that's okay. All right, so then we go C, A flat, E flat, and G. New note, right? This is A flat, C, E flat, major triad with a G. And you don't really need to figure this out. It's a 1 chord with the 7th. There's no accidentals. We know that 1 chords in major keys are major 7th chords. So I'm going to go 1, large M7, and I'm going to go 1, A flat, major 7. Sorry, just like that right there. Okay, we have A flat, we have C. This means here that it's not a chord tone, right? Okay, those are non-chord tones. We don't consider them. Here's an F. And here's an F. Oh, we have a different chord now. F, A flat, F, C. So F, A flat, C is F minor, right? And in the key of A flat, that's a 6 chord, right? Lowercase Roman numeral for minor chords. Diminished ones are lowercase plus the degree sign. Right, D flat, C, F, A flat. Well, is it F, A flat, C, E flat? Not quite. That's no different than the page 2 that we were doing. In fact, it's D flat, F, A flat, C. So you may have to, jimmy these around a little bit. This is a D flat chord. It has a major triad, and the C, which is the seventh, is a half step below that in terms of raw distance. So this is a major 7 chord. That matches up because that's a 4 chord, and 4 chords in major keys are major 7th chords. So everything's making sense, okay? There's an E flat, there's a C, there's another E flat, switching clefs, right? And A flat. This looks like an A flat chord, right? So this is my 1 chord again, A flat. Remember, if it's not got a 7th on it, and it's not minor or diminished or something, just uppercase. Chord lead sheet name means major. This here is for both of them. It goes for both, and we could have added these notes and found that it was more of the same. Okay, finally here, E flat. This is a G. That's a B because we're in B flat because we're in a different key. And remember, you got to consider the key signature, which is why I'm writing it in here so you don't forget, and I don't forget. E flat right there. E, G, B, E flat, G, B flat sounds like an E flat chord. In the key of A flat, E flat is 5, and it would be a major chord. E flat, G flat, B flat would be minor, but then raise the third, right? And we would just go like that right there. Okay, this is a D flat, this is a G, this is a B flat, this is an E. Everything stayed the same, except this dropped down to the D flat, so we have an extra note. That is the 7th of the chord. E, G, B, D, E flat, G, B flat, major triad. D flat is a whole step below there. This is a 5 dominant 7. That's the default. You don't have to write anything else but the 7 there, especially beside a 5. But here, you will go, oops, wrong, sorry, E flat, 7. Just like that, okay? And 5 chords are dominant 7ths in the major key, and the minor key for that matter. And that's it. Your midterm will be shockingly similar to this, meaning there'll be an analysis, there'll be chord table qualities, there will be chord recognition, chord theory, scales, notes, keyboard. Nothing on intervals specifically. Not that we didn't do those, but it's implicit in the other work you do, and we will definitely have intervals on the final, as well as the rhythm and other things as well. Hopefully that you have done all this work, and now you've done the practice midterm, and you've marked it and stuff. You're ready for the real midterm, which will be available to you Sunday morning, and you get to do it, and you can do it all the way up until Monday at 9:59, but then you have to be done by then because we're going to go over in class. All right? Have a great weekend and have fun learning how great you are at this stuff.